Well, good early morning, YouTube. Let me see if I get the... No, of course not. These fucking gadgets. I can never get the glare or the light from the window to chill. Anyway, going through and reading some comments this morning and watching some of my more recent videos. A lot of times I gotta watch the video to give the comment context, right? Because if I don't remember exactly what video it is that comments on, sometimes the comments don't make sense because I don't know what I said. So anyway, having rambled on, when you've had a tough life, right? I talk about this complex PTSD because that's a label somebody else put on a proper explanation for my broken. You know, it wasn't until I learned about that did I understand why I act the way I do and why I get set off the way I do. I hate using that word trigger. It's some shrink's term. But, you know, footsteps in the front yard set me off, right? It didn't, you know, I got this impression being up here, everybody keeps to themselves, right? Everybody's real tight-lipped. They don't talk about other people. I've noticed that repeatedly, right? I get into a conversation about one thing or another, and I'm thinking somebody will chime in about what I said. Not a chance, right? Johnny runs his mouth. I do. And I understand consequences for that. I do. So I try to be very careful about what I say and who I say it to in regards to that, because most people aren't like me. So anyway, when it comes to footsteps in the front yard or getting set off with my broken, the real rub for me is respect and the lack thereof. And this is part of why. When I was a little kid, when I lived in Grandpa's house, right? When Mom got pregnant with me, Gramp said, "You can keep this one and you can stay here, but you get pregnant again, you're out." Because I was the second one. Mom had already put a boy up for adoption before I was born. I ain't found him. But when I came home from the hospital after I was born, it was to Grandpa's house, right? Mom was the lady of the house, right? She did the cooking and the cleaning because she had a younger brother and a younger sister, Uncle Mike and Aunt Sharon. And it was Grandpa, Mom, me, and my aunt and uncle. There were 5 of us in a 2-bedroom house, right? And then Mom got pregnant again and we were out to this little shit apartment in the ghetto. So anyway, while I was at Grandpa's house, and even after we moved out of Grandpa's house, we'd always go to Grandpa's house to visit on foster home visits, right? And even when we lived in the shit apartment, we were always over at Grandpa's house. Mom was always going over there doing Grandpa's laundry and helping. So we were in and out of Grandpa's house for many, many, many years. And when you were at Grandpa's house, like I stated before, Grandpa had saved up a long time to buy a Zenith console television set. And it was a big one, right, for back then. Big cabinet, big, huge, ginormous looking thing in the living room, like a piece of furniture. And it was very, very expensive. And it had these tubes, and if a tube popped, the TV didn't work, and you had to take your tube over to the grocery store and test them and go get you a new tube for your set, right? That's how it was. I remember this very clearly because of respect. Because if I had a little Hot Wheel and I was zooming on the top of the TV set, Grandpa would thump you in the fucking head with these big hands, big hard fingers of somebody that worked hard his whole life, right? And he'd pow, and you could hear it pop, right? And you'd be crying, little kid, oh, Mom, Grandpa flicked me. He was teaching me respect for his property, right? And if I sassed him or opened my mouth or spoke when I wasn't supposed, another flick in the head. He never slapped me. He never hit me. He was as close as I ever had to a father. So Grandpa taught me respect for people, places, and things, right? You didn't make noise in church. That's respect for a place, right? You didn't zoom your little Hot Wheel car on the TV set. That's respect for other people's property. And you didn't interrupt somebody while they were talking, right? That was respect for people, places, and things. Grandpa taught me respect. You understand? And so when my respect is violated, walking in my front yard or zooming your little Hot Wheel on my TV set, I'm gonna flick you in the fucking head with my finger. I'm not gonna go out there and shoot you, right? That's a little overkill, Johnny. No, I'm gonna explain to you that I'm uptight because I had a shit childhood, so I carry a pistol, and don't disrespect me or my place or my things, right? That's paramount to me. It's how I was raised. The good, the bad, the ugly, the broken comes from a certain place. This is an important lesson for the younger generation, right? Our government doesn't have respect, right? We do shit we shouldn't do. I'm not political. I don't give a fuck about politics. I give a fuck about respect, right? For people. All people from all countries. I don't pick and choose who to hate. That's the government's job, not my job. I love everybody until you give me a reason not to, right? And once again, it all starts with respect. So when you go about your day, when you're at the checkout counter in the grocery store, and that nice lady is ringing up your groceries, or that nice man is ringing up your groceries and putting them in a bag, the respectful thing to do is say thank you, right? Because you're up close and personal. The gal at the window at the drive-thru at Starbucks hands you your coffee, you say thank you, right? And then next time you go there, maybe she don't spit in your coffee because you were an asshole, right? It's respect. If you expect to be respected, you have to give respect to get respect. Now, if someone disrespects you, it's on you how to deal with it, right? I'm not going to tell you how to deal with your disrespect. Some disrespect is big, some is small, right? Footsteps in the front yard could be either or. It depends on the person's intention. Like I said in some recent comments, as the dust settles, my neighbors get to know who I am and what I'm about, and vice versa. And I know who everybody is, and I got the ins and outs about the family that owned this property. And I can rest easy knowing everything about Melrose Place, right? I would very much like my neighbors to pick an apple from my apple tree while they're walking their dog down the street, right? I'm a neighbor. It's not disrespectful to pick an apple from my tree if I've met you and said good morning and we're neighbors to each other. You don't need my permission to pick that apple. To me, that's just being a nice neighbor, right? Now, if you walk down my driveway and you get over to the guest house and you're rummaging through some shit because the garage door is open, you're gonna get flicked in the fucking head right quick. You feel me? So, when you combine PTSD, the complex type, with a very stern education on respect, the end result is this kid right here, right? Oh, and don't forget to sprinkle in some INFJ, which really fucks up the deal. Trust me. You ever get curious about what makes you tick? Go to MBTI personality test and go take a motherfucking test. Actually, go take 2 or 3 different ones, whatever, and nail down exactly what those fucking 4 initials are that describe you best, and then go do some homework and know who the fuck you really are and how respect and honor and discipline apply to your life. For me, it's real black and white. There is no gray, not with respect. It's just different degrees of respect and different degrees of disrespect and how it sets me off. So, an education on respect. Now, I got a channel on the TV right now, and it's, let me turn it off, it's foul. It's RT, and because RT is banned, for those who know who RT is, I'm not even gonna say the words because the gadget, right? But they were showing stuff from back during WW2. Really, really bad images, right? Little children with flies on them that were almost deceased because they were so skinny, right? And so now they're painting a picture about what's going on in the world to what went on during World War II. You understand what fanning the flames, right? Making the fire worse and worse and worse. Well, that's what they're doing, people. There's no respect for me or you when it comes to what the governments of the world are doing right now, right? And so being prepared for any boogeyman, that's just part of who I am, right? It doesn't matter what's going on over in Europe. It doesn't matter what's going on in the States. Misfit Island is all I care about, right? This is my life purpose. I'm not gonna get swept up into that crap. In fact, when those images come on or I hear people talking shit about what's going on, I turn it off now. I won't watch. I refuse to watch any more of that fear-mongering shit, right? Because it doesn't scare me, you know? If somebody's gonna come marching through my yard carrying a rifle, well, I'm gonna shoot you. That's just how that goes, right? If there's some soldier in my yard, I'm gonna shoot you. Or you're gonna shoot me, right? But until then, I'm not gonna sit here and get twisted up over the crap they put on TV, because that's propaganda. And if you don't know what that is, well, you need to grow up real fast. I believe what I see. I believe what I hear face to face, right? The shit on TV is a commercial. It's not news, it's a commercial. Do you know the difference? I do. Reporters used to have to corroborate from 3 different sources before they could run their mouth to make sure they weren't telling a lie. That's when it was the news. Now it's a commercial. They don't respect your intelligence. They figure, these motherfuckers are sheep, so we're just gonna piss in their ear and brainwash them. Anyway, it's all about respect, self-respect, right? Like I was saying, I don't go marching the property looking for the effing boogeyman. But if I get upset, I'm gonna stomp around a little bit and make my presence known until I cool the fuck off, right? So anyway, I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I got nothing but love and respect for everybody on this fucking planet until you give me a reason not to. And I just pray that I get the same in return. It really is that simple. So get about your day, go be respectful, go love something, don't go hate something. Let's see if I can do this without the girls getting all goofy, but watch. To me, that is so beautiful. That's what keeps me going, right? So, anybody makes it to the end of this video, do me a favor. Put a couple of doggies at the end of your comment, will you? Much love and respect from me and the girlies, always. Peace.